anybody. Since 1984.
Highlight moment by far.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, this whole scene is electric. It's like two masters just working off each other and Walken and Dennis Hopper. I mean, it's just... I wish it had more of it, honestly. It's so good. For whatever reason, I just wish the characters could be around longer and be in it more, because it's fucking awesome.
The opening line alone is one of my favorites. I'm the Antichrist. You've got me in a vendetta kind of mood. It's like you tell the angels in heaven you've never seen evil so singularly personified as you did in the face of the man who killed you. It's so fucking deep and darkening, and it's just... Hopper knows he's just, it's numbered for him. He's done. There's nothing he can do to get out of the situation that he's in, and it's terrible, to watch this scene. It's interesting to watch it from two different point of views, from two different perspectives. Watching this scene, I'll sometimes do that. Like, you gotta watch it through Hopper's, because he's on borrowed time and there's nothing that he can do to get out of the situation that he is in. He is fucked. He knows it, but he's still going to use those final minutes of his life to defend his boy, and he's not going to give it up. He's going to play dumb as long as he can. And again, there's no getting out. There's just none, and he knows it, and that's why he goes out the way he does with the whole Sicilian monologue and the eggplant and the cantaloupe shit.
Yeah, it's just hilarious watching them work off each other, because Walken's trying to intimidate. Hopper knows he's screwed, and I think Walken knows that Hopper knows. Like, it's just they're playing off each other because they're both so smart. Hopper's like, I'm fucked, so I'm just gonna fuck with these guys and call them, basically the N-word, for the entire time, and just really insult them.
Right, and that's the other point of view. You got to watch it from Walken's too, because he's there for a reason. It's his sole scene to begin with, and he's there representing Blue Lou, and he wants something, and he's got a means to get what he wants, and so. He says that the neighbors saw his Cadillac parked there yesterday. His son's Cadillac refers to Alabama as a whore numerous times throughout this, saying that there was a massacre, but he left the dummy your son has left his driver's license in a dead guy's hand. And, whether he believes them is none of his importance, but what is that he believes him. And then, that's when he goes out with the Sicilian monologue. An all-timer for monologues. It's up there, at least. It starts with Walken's Don Vincenzo Cocotti talking about Sicilians being great liars, the best in the world. Hopper then responds by talking about Sicilians being from the African-American bloodline, and goes down the history before calling him a part eggplant. Doesn't go well for a pal Hopper here. Violent shot to the head. Then we get the line, I haven't killed anybody since 1984. And then on the way out, of course, there's a certain address on the fridge. And, Sicilian. Tarantino. He's named this scene one of his proudest moments. He says, I had heard that whole speech about the Sicilians a long time ago from a black guy living in my house. One day I was talking with a friend who was Sicilian, and I just started telling that speech, and I thought, wow, that is a great scene. I gotta remember that. And according to Dennis Hopper, the only words that were ever improvised this entire scene were the words eggplant and cantaloupe. That is it.
Which it just adds something, because it's just so, just silly. In this tense,
and it's so specific
insane situation, and it's just so funny.
Yeah. And then following the eggplant scene, Dennis Hopper was concerned about being shot by Christopher Walken with the prop gun so close against the head for fear of being burnt by the barrel. Director Tony Scott assured him the gun was 100% safe, and even tested it by having the prop man fire it against his own head. But upon firing the prop gun, the barrel extended about 1/3 of an inch and Scott ended up on the floor with blood pouring from the wound. So, kind of backfired on him.
Hopper's like, I've been around. I fucking know what I'm doing.
Yep.
He's like, I know what's happening with that gun.
So then we cue Aerosmith's The Other Side as Clarence and Alabama enter L.A. for the first time. They get to Dick and Floyd's place and go out with Dick, leaving Floyd on the couch to finish watching Stay Tuned with John Ritter.
I literally never wanted to punch Moody in his face more than I had last night.
Definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth revisiting.
15 minutes in, I'm like, Dorothy, we're not in Oakland anymore.
It's in 4K, buddy. Check it out.
So we're kind of like an afternoon, drive time type thing. Or like the type of podcast you listen to at work.